What's up, y'all? This is Reesa Renee, and you know I got soul.
All right, you know I got soul here with Reesa Renee. Excited to have you here performing tonight at Soul Village. We were just talking, coming out of the DC area. So you've been on this musical journey, building new fans, along the way. What's this journey been like for you so far? Take us through your origins and what it's been like to this point.
It's one thing to be able to put on for my city and for my county and for my area, the DMV, but it's another thing to be able to put on for people who don't necessarily have a voice. Are they too loud? Are they too loud?
No, the mics will block it all out.
Okay, got it, because I'll definitely say something. It's definitely an honor to be able to put on for my city in my county, the DMV, but it's also another thing to be able to put on for people who don't necessarily have a voice. I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with my story, but when I first started singing, it wasn't intentional. I was an athlete. I love to play ball, and that was like my goal, you know what I'm saying? And then once that kind of trickled down, I was like, okay, what's my real purpose in life, I had always battled with depression, and everything I always said was very aggressive, if you will. Excuse me. But once I discovered my voice, it gave me a new way to communicate with people, and how it touched people touched me, and it really gave me a purpose, and I've kind of been following it ever since. And music and art and poetry is just so freeing for me. I don't know. I don't have a choice but to be doing it. It feels so good, and I think you guys can feel that in my music and in my performances. And it's just a matter of just finding your happy space. I give you guys all my energy so that you can find your happy space in whatever it may transform into being. You know what I'm saying?
Well, was there a moment along that journey when you knew you were meant to do this? This was like you mentioned finding your voice, but can you pinpoint a moment that was it for you?
Absolutely. When I found my voice, when I started singing, basically what happened was two of my friends were killed in a drunk driving accident. You guys can look back at my video. It's entitled Invisible, and that really tells a story of how I discovered my voice, etc. And I fell into a really, really deep depression. And in that depression, I was listening to a lot of instrumentals, getting into jazz, like real heavy. And I was writing poetry to it, and then I just started singing to it. And once again, it felt so right and freeing. Like my spirit literally, I felt like everything had been bottled up. And for every person that didn't have a voice that was able to speak for themselves, I felt that energy in me, you know what I'm saying? And that was a defining moment, again, to where it was like, this is it. For me, this is it. And then when I sang and gave people that, and to see them crying or smiling or laughing or whatever it may be, for them, it was it too. And that just, again, really gave me fulfillment and knowing, this is my purpose in life, and this is what I'm about to be doing. You know what I'm saying?
And can you speak on the experience that you had back in D.C. when you had the courage to perform in front of the Apollo Theater? That audience could be very intimidating. Can you just speak on how that impacted your music career?
Absolutely. So about a year or so into my career or so, I had the opportunity. It's a really crazy story how I got the opportunity, but I won't speak on that, to perform at the Apollo in Harlem. And when going to it, for even the way I fell into singing in general, everybody was like, okay, you got a cool little voice. Your songs are okay. Excuse me again. But, you should probably go in and do a cover. And I never really felt cover songs the same way I felt my own. So, long story short, I fought back and forth with them and just was like, you know what? I'm going to just go out there, balls to the wall. I'm scared. We were in a green room. People were literally coming back down crying from getting booed off stage and stuff. And I was like, I'm going to just do it. Forget it. And that night, I became the second person in 3 years to win Apollo off an original song. And again, to speak on how I fell into finding my voice, stayed in that. And then now you have something that's reputable as the Apollo Theater, and then you win, and then you're the second person in 3 years to win off an original song. That was really my idea of the creator, just stamping me go with it, you know what I'm saying? Go with your heart, go with your feel, I'm with you type situation, And moments like that have carried me. I'm 6 years into from that happening, 5 years from that happening, they carry me, and it's a really good reminder, just go with your gut. As you guys can imagine, being in the industry, people are always trying to conform you, or even not necessarily that, but who's your demographic, or who do you need to be in front of, or what do you want to sound like, or how do we sell this, and It's so easy to get so caught up in it, but I have those stories to be able to fall back on and be like, well, I did it off of that, so I'm good.
So how discouraging is it for you seeing an industry be that way, where it's like they want to fit you in a box and they want to make you sound a certain way, or you've got to follow a certain trend? For you as an artist, trying to keep it real to who you are, how discouraging is it? You know, trying to be who you are.
It's not. In a sense, it can be, because depending on how you look at it. So I'll go way negative. I don't fit in. I'm always second guessing the stuff that I write. I never think that I'm good enough at times because it doesn't correlate to some of the main industry things. But on the other side, I don't fit in. So as an industry exec or whoever else, you don't really understand. This kind of goes to my personality too, growing up. Like, you don't understand why you like me, but you like me. And there's nothing you can really do about it. You know what I'm saying? But it's just something about that girl I can't necessarily pinpoint. So it works for me right now, and I, again, trust the creator in the process. Like, maybe it's good that I don't have certain people's full attention. Because if I did, or if I did a year ago where I'm at right now, maybe I wouldn't have been able to conform and become the artist that I am now that's giving me the unique platform that I've had, et cetera, et cetera. So I kind of just, again, go with the flow. I'm not really discouraged. And if I am, the second I hit that stage, the second I connect with that fan, the second I connect with you guys who have a wonderful platform that you don't necessarily have to share with me, and you guys as viewers or who's watching or listening or whatever, like, again, it's just a firm reminder that those silent battles that you and nobody else knows about that I have at home in my bedroom are worth it, because you appreciate my art at the end of the day. And I be, poo-pooing what you guys do because you think I'm cool enough to come here and hang out with you, right? To be like, well, the so-and-so didn't sign you yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be completely discouraged by it. It's if anything, it's a temporary situation that's not really real. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm very impressed with your artistry. You have a very energetic style, a unique style. I really don't have anyone that I could think of to compare you to. So who are some of your music influences?
Woo! All right. When I first started, Jill Scott was a huge inspiration. Chuck Brown as well, in respects to how they bring the music to life. I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with the go-go scene in D.C. I know there's a lot of people talk negatively about it because they don't understand the art form behind it. Yes, it's a lot of covers. There is original music out there, though. But it's all in the structure of it. I'm a musician at heart. I love the breakdowns and the bounce beats and the pocket. And when a congo player, gets his break and they put it on the one and he's going ham on the congos, Like, I can appreciate live music. And, some music geeks go back into it and they study the James Browns and the Parliament Funkadelics, et cetera, et cetera. But from where I'm from, like, we grew up studying music. Like, that's just what it is. That's what the go-go culture has done, and I'd be lying if I sat here and said that did not influence my music. You know what I'm saying? So Chuck Brown, Godfather, go-go, that is a man. I had the honor of performing with him, one of his last shows, if not his last show, in D.C. when we brought in New Year's together. That was so cool. But Jill Scott as well, Erykah Badu, obviously, Lauryn Hill, obviously. Another big influence is Pharrell. But NERD Pharrell. Not poo-pooing, but a lot of people jumped on Sax when he dropped Happy. You know what I'm saying? That was a great song. Don't get me wrong. But if you haven't, do your history on him way before then. I studied the heck out of him. Jazz artist Ahmad Jamal. He's a pianist. I like him. I love him. Noel Pointer is a violinist. Who else? Janelle Monáe. Her Electric Lady album is crazy. But those are like some historical people. Like, if I studied music, that's kind of who I fall back on a little bit.
Dope. So can you tell us about some of your upcoming projects? We know you got a new video on the way.
Yes.
Tell us about what you've got coming next.
You guys can download my EP entitled Lovers Rock. iTunes, Amazon, CD Baby, Spotify, everything is up. Definitely go check that out. If you guys want to catch up on all the turn up, you can download my first project, was entitled Release. But I have some great new music on the way. I've been traveling quite a bit over the last year. I guess the travel has really been nonstop for real, but I've been traveling and creating. I'm not sure, again, how much of my story you guys know, but when I first started, my brother produced my entire album. And so my second EP, majority of it was my brother, but I kind of ventured out a little bit. And I'm a home girl. Like, my circle is like this big. So we talk about music and how spiritual music is. It was, I won't say hard, but different for me to venture out and create with other people. 'Cause creating is a very sensitive process. I mean. But with this next project, like I'm recording in New York, I'm recording out in LA, I'm back in DC. So I've collaborated with some great and talented musicians at home, as well as, again, been able to travel and collaborate with some other people there as well. So this next project it really opened me up to exploring new sounds, challenged me on my writing. It's going to challenge me on my live show, and I cannot wait to be able to, put all that into fruition as well. It's different phases. But I will be releasing music videos. You guys know it took me 2 flipping years to release Got Me Loose music video. That was a song that broke me. So it's not going to take that long. We will be releasing a music video for every song on the Lovers Rock EP. Starting tomorrow, actually, I'll be releasing a video every 2 weeks. So Guess Again is going to be tomorrow. You guys can definitely exclusively check it out on you guys. So, and probably all the video releases for real, but if you follow me on YouTube, YouTube/Reesa Renee, again, stay in touch with You Got Soul as well, and they'll definitely be giving you guys all the exclusives on all my visuals that I'm working on, and even some sneak peeks on the next project. You know what I'm saying? We'll keep that hush hush real quick though.
Dope.